If your phone rang at 3 in the morning, would you answer it? Most of us wouldn't, but Daniel did. And what he found on the other end wasn't a voice, it was a warning. And by the time he understood it, it was already too late. It was a night like any other. Daniel lay in bed, half asleep, when the sound shattered the silence. His phone, vibrating, buzzing across the nightstand. He groaned, rolled over, and squinted at the glowing screen. 3 a.m. exactly. But the caller ID froze him where he lay. Unknown number. Daniel thought maybe it was a mistake, some drunk dial, a spam call. But something about the way the phone shook, something about how loud it seemed in the silence of the room, made his stomach turn. He let it ring and ring until finally it stopped. He sighed, closed his eyes. But before he could drift back into sleep, the phone lit up again. Same number, same vibration rattling against the wood. This time, Daniel's nerves gave in. He grabbed it, flipped it open. Hello? Nothing. At least not words, just breathing. Deep, heavy, uneven, like something standing too close, just inches away. Daniel sat up straight. Who is this? His own voice sounded too loud in the stillness. The breathing paused. A silence so sharp it rang in his ears. Then the line went dead. Click. He dropped the phone on the bed. His hands were shaking. He told himself it was a prank. That was all. Just some idiot. But in his gut, he knew it wasn't. Daniel tried to calm down. He looked at the clock. 3 a.m. He stared at it for a full minute. 2, 3. But the digits didn't change. Not a second passed. The glow of the red numbers burned into his eyes. His heart sank. The phone buzzed again, louder this time, violent. He picked it up with trembling fingers. The caller ID was different now, not unknown. This time it read, me. Daniel's breath caught in his throat. He didn't answer. He couldn't. He just watched it ring, feeling something cold creep into the room, as if the walls themselves were listening. When it stopped, he dropped the phone like it was burning him. He didn't dare pick it up again. Silence. For a long, heavy moment. Then the phone buzzed one last time. This time it wasn't a call. It was a text. The screen glowed in the darkness, letters appearing slow, one by one. We're outside. Daniel's chest tightened. His eyes darted to the window. He told himself not to look. Don't give in. But his body moved on its own. He pulled the curtains aside and froze. In the pale wash of moonlight, he saw them. A shape. No, not one. Several. Figures, standing, perfectly still at the edge of his yard. They weren't moving. They weren't speaking. Just watching. Daniel stumbled back from the glass, heart hammering. He ran to the door, checked the locks, bolted. Deadbolt, chain, all in place. He pressed his back to the wood and listened. The night outside was silent. Too silent. No wind, no crickets. Just the faint hum of the phone still glowing on his bed. Then, creak. Daniel froze. The sound wasn't outside. It was in the hallway. Slow, deliberate footsteps moving across the wooden floorboards. He grabbed a lamp, holding it like a weapon, inching toward the noise. The house felt wrong, alive. Every shadow stretched too long, every corner too dark. He reached the hallway, but it was empty. Nothing. No one. Only silence. Then his phone buzzed again. Daniel forced himself to pick it up. A new message, but not words this time. An audio file. With shaking hands, he pressed play. At first, only static. Then breathing. His breathing. And then, his own voice, recorded, whispering into the phone. I see you. Daniel's knees nearly gave out. He staggered back, dropping the phone. His chest tightened as he realized This wasn't happening to him. This was happening because of him. Something was using his voice. Something was already inside. The phone buzzed one last time. Daniel stared at it from the floor, tears welling in his eyes. The caller ID burned bright. Daniel, not unknown, not me. It was his name. His reflection stared back at him in the cracked screen. The phone vibrated harder, light flickering, casting shadows that seemed to crawl along the walls. He whispered to himself, "Don't answer, don't answer." But his hand moved on its own, slowly, against his will. He lifted the phone to his ear, and this time a voice answered. Not his, not breathing. A voice that sounded like it was whispering from beneath the floorboards, from beneath his very skin.
"We're already inside."
The line went dead. The clock blinked, finally changing. 3:01 a.m., and by the time the neighbors reported Daniel missing the next morning, the phone was gone. All that remained was the sound, the faint echo of a ringtone, still ringing somewhere deep inside the walls.